long before the Megalodon existed. The ocean server was completely dominated by a glitched tank build, the Dunkleosteus. The developers made a massive error in its code. Instead of normal skin, they gave it unbreakable biological armor. But the real glitch wasn't its defense stats. It was its primary weapon. It didn't have teeth. It had self-sharpening bone blades that acted exactly like a biological guillotine, guaranteeing an instant one-shot kill. Welcome to the Devonian Server, approximately 360 million years ago, an era heavily known as the Age of Fishes. Back then, the survival meta was entirely about speed and evasion. Most builds were incredibly small and fragile. Then, this massive 30-foot, 4-ton juggernaut logged into the server, completely shattering the entire ecosystem's balance. Let's analyze the armor hitbox. The skull and thorax were covered in interlocking bone plates, over 2 inches thick. Any predator trying to bite its massive head would instantly shatter their own teeth. It was a walking fortress. Now, the bite mechanics. Those heavy bone plates acted exactly like a massive meat cleaver, hitting a solid cutting board. And they were completely self-sharpening. Every time it opened and closed its mouth, the friction created a razor-sharp edge. It could open its massive jaws in just 1/50th of a second, a completely broken speed stat. This insane opening speed created a massive vacuum in the water, literally sucking its prey directly into its mouth. If you got within range, you didn't even have to be bitten. The physics engine just pulled you inside. It was so dominant, it didn't just eat other species, it ate its own kind. Pure server toxicity. But it couldn't digest heavy bones. It would constantly vomit the crushed armor of its victims onto the ocean floor. For over 50 million years, this overpowered build had 0 counters. It was the absolute apex player of the Devonian. But every glitched build has a hidden nerf, and the Dunkleosteus suffered from a completely fatal flaw. Look at its tail structure. For a body wrapped in heavy metal, its propulsion system was incredibly weak. Its turning radius was absolutely terrible. Agile, low-tier players could easily swim circles around this massive tank. It was strictly an ambush predator. If it missed the first strike, its stamina drained way too fast to chase. Then, the developers rolled out a massive server update. The environment started changing very rapidly. Oxygen levels in the ocean plummeted drastically. To survive, players desperately needed to move fast and breathe efficiently. The heavy armor that made Dunkleosteus completely invincible suddenly became its absolute worst death sentence. It couldn't catch the faster prey, and it was simply too heavy to migrate to better, oxygen-rich waters. This patch was known as the Hindenburg event, a mass extinction protocol that wiped 70% of the server. The developers permanently banned the Dunkleosteus. The heavy armor meta was officially dead and deleted forever. The massive server reset instantly paved the way for a brand new, highly agile meta, the sharks. But we will never forget the original oceanic tank, the ultimate unbreakable glitch of the Devonian Server. Want to see the massive snake that broke the jungle server? Click the video on screen and subscribe for more.